here are some more advanced problems now. We'll do some problems where the x is on the top of a fraction and where it's on the bottom of the fraction, and also throw in some negative numbers as well. So your calculator is going to be really important. This one, first number to remove is the plus 4, so we do minus 4 and minus 4 on the right side. And to fix up the left side now, plus 4 minus 4 is 0. So the left side is simply 2x plus 1 divided by 3 equals 9 minus 4 is 5. Next, we can't start working on the top here yet because we need to get rid of the 3. So we've got divided by 3 at the moment, so if we times by 3, that's the opposite, and that'll fix it. So that's gone. So the left side is just 2x plus 1. Notice how we don't have that line anymore, the divide line, because we don't need it anymore. We've got rid of that 3. Equals 5 times 3 is 15. Next, remove that 1 by doing minus 1, minus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 is 0. The left side is just 2x. The right side, 15 minus 1, 14. Last step, 2 times x, so we divide by 2, divide by 2. Two divided by 2 is 1, so we don't need to show it, we just have x. 14 divided by 2 is 7, so x was 7. We can quickly just check that. If x is 7, 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. 15 divided by 3 is 5, and then 5 plus 4 is 9, so that's the right answer. Here's another one. We'll put the x on the bottom this time. First step, need to remove the minus 6 by doing plus 6. Minus 6 plus 6 is 0. The left side is now just 4 divided by 3x minus 2 equals the right side, minus 2 plus 6. Again, use your calculator if you want, but that's 4. Next. Now, you can't solve it if the x is on the bottom. Well, you can, but it just makes it much more complicated. If we swap this out with this answer, then x won't be on the bottom anymore. So I'll just illustrate what I mean. You're allowed to swap things out because check this out. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So if you swap the 2, so swap the bottom of the fraction called the denominator, if you swap that out with the answer, then it'll still be true. The equation will still be true because 8 on 2 is 4. So if we just swap those around and put the 4 under here and take the 2 over here, then 8 on 4 is 2. So it's still true, isn't it? 8 on 4 is 2, 8 on 2 is 4. So therefore, we're allowed to do the same thing with any equation. But you just have to be careful. You need to swap this whole bottom with the whole side over here. So this side just happens to be one number, so that's fine. But if it said 4, I don't know, 4 on 7 or something, then you need to put this whole thing under here and take this whole thing and put it over there. Anyway, let's just do it. So I'm just going to copy this out. Okay, all I've done is make a copy, and now I'm going to swap these two over. So I put this over here. Okay, so now we can see that all we've done is swap this with this. Okay, so they're swapped. And now we can keep going because x isn't on the bottom anymore. We can go ahead and solve it. So let's rule it off. Oops, that's not very neat. So 4 divided by 4 is just 1. And this side, 3x minus 2. Next step, add 2 to cancel out the minus 2. Notice how the x is over the right side now? That's fine, we just doesn't matter if the x is on the left or the right side, we just keep on working and getting rid of all the numbers until x is by itself. One plus 2 is 3. Minus 2 plus 2, that's 0. So the right side is 3x. Last step, 3 times x. So to remove the 3, we just do the opposite. Opposite of times is divide by 3. Divide by 3. Three divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we just got x. So it's hard to see there. So what it says is 1 equals x. Okay, 1 equals x. Or x equals 1. Again, we can just double check that. If x is 1, let's check. 4 divided by, what's that? 3 times 1 is 3. Minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 4 divided by 1 is 4. And then 4 minus 6 is minus 2. So yep, that works. That's good. Okay, here's a nice tough one for you. I'll put a minus there too, just to be annoying. What's another little work? That'll do. Let's see how this goes. First step, minus 5 plus 5. Minus 5 plus 5, that's now gone, so we're left with minus 6 on minus 2. 2x squared minus 5 equals minus 4 plus 5 is 1. Next job, x is on the bottom, that's no good to us, we need to swap it out. So I'll make a copy and just swap this with that. Minus 6 on 1 is minus 6 equals minus 2, 2x squared minus 5. Next, we need to remove the minus 2. So it's minus 2 times all this stuff. So we divide by minus 2. Minus 6 divided by minus 2 is 3. Minus 2 on 2 is 1. Don't have to show that. We've got nothing doing to the brackets anymore, so we don't need the brackets. It'll just be 2x squared minus 5. Next, plus 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. Minus 5 plus 5 is nothing. 2x squared. I'm going to need some more room here, so I might just move this whole thing up a bit. Okay, now here's a tricky one. Do we deal with the squared or the 2? Well, usually the squared comes last, so we need to get rid of this 2 first. So it's 2 times x squared, so to get rid of this times 2, divide by 2. Eight on 2 is 4, 2 on 2 is 1, so we've just got x squared. Now to get rid of squareds, you need to do square root. That's the opposite of squared. So square root both sides. The square root of 4, and this is a bit tricky. You'd think it'd just be 2, wouldn't it? Because 2 squared is 4. So 2 squared equals 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, so therefore the square root of 4 is 2. But also, negative 2 squared means negative 2 times negative 2. And because we're multiplying two negative numbers, you get a positive answer. So that's 4 too. So actually, when you square root a number, there's always actually 2 answers. There's the plus and the minus version of the answer. So here we go. The answer is the square root of x squared is x, because we undo squareds with square roots. And the square root of 4 is 2 or minus 2. So because 2 squared is 4 and minus 2 squared is also 4.